What's up, guys? This is Adam from esportsheaven.com, and I am joined by none other than the notorious Fchamp. How you doing today, man?
Dude, guys, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I'm so happy that you guys actually came and have this interview. Right. I'm very, very blessed for that. And shout out to all the Filipino fans. I love you guys, mabuhay. I'll be visiting you, everybody, and Manila Cup actually in September. I'm bringing my friends Justin Wong, Ricky Ortiz, everybody with me. So,
gotta represent.
Yes, shout out to you guys.
So obviously you entered Street Fighter V, and I'm assuming, did you enter Marvel as well?
Yes.
Did you enter anything else or no?
No, just those two games. Before I try to enter Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct, some KOF, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I can't really divide my attention to all of that, so I just entered the two games that I want to focus on,
Right. And, this year's been a little bit different for you because you've actually been mainly focusing on Street Fighter V, especially after Final Round. It was almost like you kind of dropped Marvel.
I did.
But after that pre-EVO tourney at your house, seems like the fire is back in you. Talk to me a little about getting back into Marvel.
I knew that I had a responsibility to compete at EVO for the fans, because every single fan always tell me, "Are you gonna play EVO?" So I knew that I had that responsibility, as a professional and as an entertainer, as a pro player. That's my responsibility to do that for the fans. But I knew that, but I could take a 5-month break from Marvel and focus on Street Fighter, because Street Fighter is a very hard game. So I have to actually focus all my attention to that until I get to a certain level that I could coast slowly between the two games,
Right.
Which I got there eventually, but now I could balance them out.
Right. Now that you're back at Marvel, a lot of people, I was talking to Pierre Rock earlier, he was saying that he entered just because he doesn't think Marvel will be back here next year maybe. How are you feeling about how the community is right now, how the scene is right now for Marvel?
If the game doesn't come back next year, I wouldn't be surprised, but the game had a good 5-year run.
Right.
So, that's the only thing we could hope for. I think it's I'm sure Capcom might announce something that might be a new versus game someday. That might be for next year, because there's always a Marvel game, there's always a Street Fighter game in every single EVO. There's never only a Street Fighter game. From the start of EVO, it's always been like that. So it will be weird that there will be a Marvel type of game or versus type of game, for next year. So that's weird for me.
Okay. Now, you did say you didn't really train that much. Are you still feeling confident? Do you feel like you can take this? Because Marvel's kind of a weird spot where it seems like last year, especially with the Three Gods, I wouldn't say they fell, but they definitely weren't as relevant as they once were, as dominant. How are you feeling about yourself, the Three Gods, and your run going into EVO for Marvel?
So I actually practiced 5 days, and I've actually gotten to about 90% of my full potential as usual. But I do think that last year was I would say a phenomena that me, Justin Wong, and Chris G had no signs of slowing down.
Right.
From the start of the game all the way until that last tournament before EVO. There was no signs of slowing down, that we were losing skill or anything like that, okay? But we had a bad run. Everybody has a bad day, okay? Me getting into EVO finals, that top 8, 4 times, 4 years in a row, it's only 2 people has done that. It's just me and Justin Wong, and and I think consistency shows that we've done that since the beginning. So just having one bad year doesn't necessarily mean that we've fallen off or anything like that, But everybody that played well that day, they definitely deserved it. So I'm very happy for them.
Right, and obviously you're known for playing your main characters, but we haven't seen a lot of Dormammu lately. From what I understand, it seems like you only play him for Chris G or when you're playing against that team. Are we going to see more of him, or are you really just settled on playing Phoenix?
You're going to see Dormammu this year, for sure. 100%. He's been in the back burner, but off stream, I'm practicing him a lot. And so there will be matchups that I have to use him, but there's other matchups that I have to use Phoenix, because Phoenix reduces the variance of a tournament. For instance, 3 out of 5, if I have 4 characters, Mag, Doom, Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, and a Dark Virgil is set there,
right.
Dark Virgil is not going to come back on 4 characters. It's going to be very hard.
Right.
But if I have 3 characters, that's very doable for Dark Virgil. So that reduces the variance. So for me.
Okay. Now you're playing Marvel. How do I phrase this? Do you feel like you have that fire back to really compete? And because you were the guy that was calling people out, I want to play you in a long set. I want to do this exhibition. I want to play in a money match, whatever, what have you. Do you feel like you're gonna get back to that? Maybe get back to that showmanship?
There is never a time that Fchamp Ryan is not competitive and doesn't have that fire. That's what makes me me. Every time I compete, I have that fire. I'm so competitive. I'm here to take it from you. I'm not here waiting for it to drop. I'm here to take it from you. So as far as me being competitive and like really trying to like take it easy, that's never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I have to be fucking competitive at all times. That's what it takes to become the best. And I need to win EVO this year for Marvel, because if I win EVO this year, I will be the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Because I probably won every single major. It's one of them.
Right.
I won an EVO. I got 4 medals at EVO. I got a top 3 twice, whatever. And now, if I win this one, it's hands down, like no questions asked. I'm actually the greatest. So, and I won all my exhibitions, and I've done. You know, I think that would be a very good debate, right? You know, but
Do you feel like there's any players in Marvel that you want to play alongside and maybe just settle score, whether it be Justin Wong, Chris G, Flocker, what have you?
not really. But I played. Justin Wong and I lived together for about 3 months. He stayed in my house, you know, when he moved to NorCal, and we probably played like maybe 2,000 games already. And we're very good friends. And me and Chris G have been very good friends. We played each other throughout the years, and we play a lot of games. We play a lot of first to 20s off stream and stuff. So there's really nobody that I want to play in a long set. I don't think anybody could beat me anyways in a long set. I mean, nobody has really done it like that. You know, when like talking about like long sets, I mean, it's like you train for me and I train for you, and there's a set date that we're supposed to fight. Nobody has fucked with me like that, you know? So, and I'm waiting on maybe actually, you know what? Take that back.
Okay.
Nemo 3.
Nemo 3? Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it? Not a Chris G2, not a whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nemo 3.
Would it be first to 20, or what did you want?
First to 20. First to 20, first to 15, doesn't matter. You know, Nemo, I totally respect his game. He's one of the best players in the world, and I would love to play him again, you know?
All right, we talked a lot about Mario. Let's move a little bit to Street Fighter. I remember in the beginning when you first revealed Dalsum, you were calling him Dalmama. You were excited. You know, you were very, very happy that he was in the game, that he seemed really good. How are you feeling about the character? I know that you have a secondary, so where do you feel like he is on the tier list? How do you feel about him?
Dalsum is probably bottom 7 in the game.
Right.
Mid-tier, let's say. Just say mid-tier, okay?
Right.
He's not top tier. He's not definitely high top. He's not definitely not high tier. So he definitely struggles in most matchups, but he's not that bad. You know, matchups that he does struggle, is definitely winnable. I do have Nash for Ken and Ryu, because Ken and Ryu is so random for Dalsum. It's so hard to beat them. But it's definitely winnable, but not winnable in 2 out of 3.
Okay.
So.
In Street Fighter 4, you were one of the best foreign players. You know, you beat Daigo. That was really big. You know, you did play very well in tournaments. Would you say your main focus is Street Fighter and just trying to be the best player in the world, or would you say you're kind of like doing 50-50 with Marvel as well?
So I'm doing both. So in Street Marvel, I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to get 3rd place, 2nd place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In Street Fighter, everybody here, aside from Infiltration, Taquito, everybody here is just hoping to get to top 8 first, then figure it out once you get there.
Okay.
Because there's 5,100 people here. Nobody could honestly say, not even Infiltration, I'm so confident that I'm going to win EVO. Nobody could say that, because it's too hard. Like, Taquito beat Infiltration and CEO, then he goes to China, he didn't get top 16 in a 100-man tournament.
Right.
And that's Taquito, and he's probably the best player, you know what I mean? But that just shows that shit could happen, you know? Forgive my language, but that stuff could happen, you know, in competition. You know, not all the time you could be on point. So.
Okay. Street Fighter 5 has been a little bit of a controversial game too. Like whether it be through what was lacking in the game, the 8 frames of input lag, whatever you want to have you. How do you feel about the game, the way Capcom has kind of handled the way it's been handled as an esport and as a game?
Street Fighter 5, I think, is great as far as like bringing the community back, making the community, the FGC, bigger, putting a new title there for the fans, making an esports title. That's an esports title, you know, and I think it's good. But as far as like as a fighting game pro like myself, there's a lot of stuff that could definitely improve in the game. But I don't know what can they do aside from like, you know, the exact specifics. But I do think, you know, I do think the 8 frame lag is definitely annoying. Just for the simple fact that there's times that certain players can react on and can use their attribute. They have their main attribute like reaction. Let me give you an example. Like Pierre Barog and myself have very good reactions in general, but we couldn't use that attribute that we have in the game. So since we're pretty good players, we have to get around the problem. So if this is the area that we can react, We can't stay here anymore because we can't. So we have to stay further back. So it gives us a little bit of frames to react. So and stuff like that. So it's very annoying to adjust. I do think they should definitely fix that issue because that's definitely very distracting, and also it actually hurts the person defending, because if you're on the offense, your decision to how you attack is already made. The person on the defense has to react to what you did, and he has an 8-frame lag on defending. So that's an issue. So that's why everybody's attacking in Street Fighter V, because that's the only way for you to win consistently, actually.
Okay. Going outside of the game a little bit, I believe you were selected as one of the Bud Light All-Stars, correct? How did that feel to get chosen for that? I know that you really wanted it. That was something that you actually campaigned for. How did it feel to finally get it?
Honestly, I knew that I was gonna get it.
Right.
I knew that. I thought it was a no-brainer,
right.
But I still had to promote the company. I still had to push my brand, regardless. I can't be too confident to the point that I'm not gonna try. It's the same thing in tournament. Like, say if I play a Marvel tournament, I'm always confident, but I'm always gonna train for it, you know. So I was very confident. But then when I got selected, it's definitely an honor. I'm very honored to be a Bud Light All-Star. I've definitely changed a lot of aspects of my life, you know, and I'm very fortunate for that.
Yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought. Again, we're outside the game. Never mind, I completely forgot. I'm blanking here. Actually, I wanted to ask you about this. You lost to Cosmos. Oh no, you won against Cosmos. I'm sorry, at final round. And a lot of people after that they wanted to see a very, very long set.
Oh, we were supposed to.
So I know you said only name the 3, but not even Fchamp Cosmos.
We were supposed to play at Evo.
Oh, really?
He didn't book his flight. He didn't register. He didn't come. If there's one tournament that he should come, it's Evo. He didn't come here.
Right.
I'm trained. It's perfect time for him to come. He didn't show up, okay? On top of that, he is, I would say, 3 years too late to try to chase me.
Right.
Because he's an up-and-comer, in my opinion, because he just came out of nowhere. He plays Morgan Doom, so he thinks it's top shit. But mostly Morgan Dooms, they're not really that good. Right. They just got baby by the characters. But besides the point, you have to beat the person, you have to beat the person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he didn't show up. Evo. You're supposed to come at Evo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like people from different countries, like different other sorts of like the world, whatever it is. People in Mars actually come to Evo.
Right.
Okay,
exactly.
You're from New York and you're a Marvel player, so-called like one of the best in the East Coast. You're not even gonna go. This just doesn't make sense to me. But whatever.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, now I remember what I was actually gonna ask. You've had your role in the villain scene, something that you thrive on, right?
Yes.
How important do you think it is actually to have a villain in any scene, whether it be Street Fighter, whether it be Marvel, or any esport? How important do you think it is to have a villain to not only grow the esport, but also create storylines?
So with myself, like for instance, in real life stuff, I'm not really what I pertain in the camera, you know, obviously. But I do have to do that because it creates tension, it creates very good content, good entertainment, it creates a storyline that the fans gets really engaged to what character, personality they want to attach themselves to. So I want to be that tool. I want to be that person that they feel they can relate to, or they're very entertained to watch. And by me having a persona that way, I think it just adds more value to my name and to my brand in general, you know, because when you think about villains, you'll probably think of me first.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Fighting games. Yeah, you probably think of me first, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's that very good route that I took. And from that, you know, I had very good support from other corporate companies, you know, and also my very good sponsor, Panda Global, you know, Bud Light and Geico and stuff. So I got very good support because of that. So I think I never regret my decisions.
Right, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, by being in that spotlight, I'm sure there's, I know you thrive on the haters, but being someone that you're not, I guess, in some ways, does that ever get to you? Do you ever think of like, maybe I should drop the persona?
No.
No?
That's something that the fans love. It's not like I have to completely act. It's just like you only do that in like some interviews, hype. You'll do that on stream to create hype. In real life stuff like this, you know, it's very casual and stuff, you know, it's very chill. And I think it's something that I have to do. And when I'm on stage at Evo, they just love that, you know. So I have to do that, you know. I want to get reactions from fans, positive or negative. That's needed in the fighting game community. I think that's my responsibility. You know, like look at Daigo. Daigo is so godlike. He don't have to do anything. He just have to just be like a like a monk, you know what I mean? Like so calm, and that's his persona. He doesn't want to talk, etc. You know, Infiltration got some personality now.
Yeah.
Mike Ross is the fucking people's champion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own role, and nobody was embracing the villain role, you know, so for so long. So, yeah.
Okay. So moving forward, obviously you did say you want to focus on Street Fighter and Marvel, but once you get comfortable with those, are there any other games that you would like to get into on the horizon?
No games. Maybe after Evo, I'm probably just gonna focus more on Street Fighter, unless somebody wants to challenge me in Marvel. You know, want to put up some of their cash. But aside from that, I'm probably gonna focus more on Street Fighter for Capcom Cup because I have to get there, right? So that's my thing.
Okay, so normally at this time I'd usually do any shout outs you want to give, but first, do you have any call outs you want to give? And anyone you want to call out at all?
I don't want to call out anybody during Evo time. You know, people usually call me out, etc. But they don't show up, right? So
Yeah.
this is not a call out. This is an invitation because I respect the guy.
Okay.
So maybe an MO, if you have some time, someday down the road, maybe to this weekend or next week, whatever. Whenever you come back to the United States, I would love to play with you. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the Marvel 3 fans before we close down the game, and we can move on to the next game. It will be because our set is probably the best set in the history of in Marvel 3. So I would love to recreate that somewhere, you know, in both our higher level play. So very excited for that. You know, if it does happen, hopefully, crossing my fingers.
Yeah, I'm really hoping too. I remember I watched your second set with him live. It was incredible stuff. All right, so are there any shout outs you want to give? Words you want to say to your fans? How can your fans follow you?
They can follow me on Twitter at Fchamp Ryan. They can also check out at Panda Global, you know, on Twitter. And I want to tell my fans that thank you for the never-ending support. They always follow me wherever I go. They always there. You know, they're very responsive. I really appreciate that. You know, and I'm very fortunate to have very loyal fans. You know, even though I play a certain role, they're still there. You know, they don't leave me and stuff. So they're always a never-ending support. So shouts to them. You know, without them, I think I'll be nothing. So shouts to all the fans. I love you guys.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to esportsheaven.com for more coverage of EVO 2016. We'll see you.